age 76 of Coleman, were yesterday at Coleman Funeral Home Chapel, interment in Crossroads Cemetery. David Maherg, Max Haygood, and Melvin Cords officiating. Visitation was Saturday at the funeral home, Coleman Funeral Home in charge. Mr. Brock passed away on Friday. Funeral services for Donald Wayne Bartlett, 65 of Baileyton, were yesterday at Coleman Heritage Funeral Home Chapel. Aaron Carroll and Charles Miller officiated. Burial took place at Mount Pisgah Cemetery. Miss Audie Mae Farr, age 86 of Coleman, passed away Saturday at her residence. Funeral services will be today at Center Point Baptist Church at 2 p.m. Reverends David McDonald and Tim Rice officiate. Interment will be in the adjoining cemetery. And those are our obituaries for today, brought to you by Moss Service and Hansville Funeral Home.
Premier Bank presents Today on 2, broadcasting live at channel2coleman.com and archiving our program on the same website. Beautiful Monday morning.
It's really
Going
pretty.
to be a nice day today.
Yes.
And then turn cold again.
I think so. Of course, it was 24 this morning, so
Yeah.
it's still a little cool this morning.
But wait till the next few days.
I know, but it was a beautiful weekend, that's for sure.
Yes, it has been.
Really nice.
Well, let's start with our weather forecast for today. Our weather is brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. We start with the satellite picture, and other than the extreme northern part of the country, it doesn't look too bad. When I talked to my son in the Midwest, he said they have had very little snow.
Wow.
He said maybe there's about an inch on the ground now, but he said maybe the most snow they had was 4 inches.
Wow.
We hear about all these blizzards, and he said they
yeah.
just passed them by.
Wow.
But it's been extremely cold. Here's our forecast for today. Sunny and breezy, a high around 60 today.
Wow.
How about that? Cloudy night, low around 33. Cloudy, windy, slight chance of snow flurries by this time tomorrow with a high of 39.
Okay.
So enjoy it while you can today. On Wednesday, not warming up much. Sunny with a high of 36. Thursday, a high of 38. Friday, 39. Into the mid-40s on the weekend. Let's see, this is going to give us low temperatures, say around 15 by Friday morning, something like that.
Wow.
So, well, you said we weren't through with winter weather, and you got that right.
Yeah.
It's coming back.
But you know, one of the things, and I don't know if people realize this or not, but when we have really cold weather like this, it does kill off the mold and the fungus and things like that sometimes get on your plants like azaleas. And so if you'll notice this spring, we should have some beautiful azalea plants. Flowering bushes like that will come out and be prettier. So there's a positive at the light at the end of this tunnel. Generally, that's the way it works, so hopefully that's true. But
the thing that we have noticed, in spite of the extremely cold weather, we're still getting ants in the house.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
That's
in the middle
weird.
of the winter.
That is
Of course,
weird.
the ants aren't stupid. It's warm in there.
That is weird.
Yeah, you'd figure as cold as it is, it'd kill off the bugs.
Right.
Not at our house, anyway.
Oh, well, okay.
Well, let's see. Who's our Facebook friend of the day for today?
Okay, my challenge for today. His name is Dirk, and I think I know this person. I think he's from Germany, and so oh goodness, I'm not even going to try. I'm sorry. Can't even pronounce his last name. But at any rate, we will thank him for being our friend of the day on Facebook and reward him with a large barbecue sandwich from Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue. And he just needs to come by here and pick up that certificate.
See, when they gave him an opportunity to buy a vowel,
he bought several. Yeah, I think so. A-E-I-O-U. He's got at least half. Oh my goodness, yeah. I think that's a German name though.
I don't know.
And it's Dirk Bauer.
I don't know. That's a new name for
That
me,
is
too.
a new one. I don't think I've actually seen that before, at least not
Well,
spelled.
maybe he'll come in and introduce himself.
Maybe so. I hope so.
Okay, and who's our guest for today?
Well, speaking about Germany, Mike Mullaney is here, and of course he is with the Blue Moose Cafe, but he is the brewmeister.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the good old German beer, right?
He makes good stuff, too.
He does. So we're going to visit with him today.
George is here with news and commentary coming up right after this.
At Premier Bank, we are very proud of the long-lasting relationships we have with our customers. We'll go almost anywhere to meet your banking needs.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Cullman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
Meet the KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop. It might just change the way you cook. Induction technology heats the pan and not the cooking surface to offer you a new level of precision, speed, and energy efficiency. 9 settings give you different levels of heat to achieve precise temperatures and amazing responsiveness. Water boils in just seconds, making this the fastest to boil induction cooktop available. The KitchenAid 36-inch induction cooktop.
Time for news and commentary on this Monday morning. Again, this is a holiday, so as you very well know, on holidays, some are open, some aren't open when it comes to facilities and public buildings and such. Heads up, Cullman City Hall is open, but the courthouse is closed. That's sort of unusual that you got a difference there. Usually one follows the other in this particular case. City Hall open, again, the courthouse is closed. City, county schools closed today. County and city garbage pickup will be on time, should be anyway. So heads up on that one. And let's see, and that's probably about it as far as consequences go. You know, the issue of people, elderly folks driving cars is becoming more of an issue when it comes to the possibility they might not be able to be as alert as they were when they were younger and such. But yesterday afternoon, there was a good example of this whenever it came to a 98-year-old man on I-65 in Birmingham. Boy, howdy. I know folks in their 20s don't want to be on that highway in Birmingham, especially during rush hour and around Malfunction Junction. What happened was there was a policeman coming down I-65, or rather going north on I-65, saw a ladder in the middle of the road. Isn't it amazing what you find in the middle of the highway? You say, come on, guys, can't you just tie that thing down better or something, you know? Well, there's a ladder in the middle of the highway, and so the police pulled over. One stayed in the car with flashing lights going, and the other went out to get the ladder. A 98-year-old man, not identified at this point, ran into the back of the car. He's dead. On this very highway right outside our station here, this street right out here, back in the, I guess it was the late 70s, I had a great uncle who at that time was in his late 80s, driving, ran into the back of a person. You know, that's an issue we're going to, with more and more folks living to be older, you know, and seniors, then you've got the issue of what do we do eventually, and ultimately there'll have to be a dealing with that somehow, some way. But nobody wants to touch that one with a 10-foot pole if they're a politician. The opening of the Postal Service retail centers and dozens of, do you know about the Staples stores that are, they're not in Cullman, of course. It's like an Office Max. But they're opening these postal outlets and Staples stores, like there's one in Decatur. And the union folks for the post office does not want that happening. They're threatening protests and boycotts. They say that it's not right because you're replacing union wages with people who are on minimum wage, basically. You know, all they're doing is trying to save the post office, right? Sometimes it's easy to bite the hand that feeds you, it seems to me. Well, if you're wondering how many people had the flu last week in 35057 in Coleman, there's an app for that. WebMD offers data on flu outbreaks by zip code. It's a free application, and you can check to see, just how many folks were reported last week. It's a weekly report that goes on. I don't know, eventually probably with Google's ability to have all kinds of satellite pictures, and they can go in real tight, maybe you can get diagnosed one of these days, without having to go to the doctor's office. All you do is look up and open your mouth and go, I don't know. It's amazing to me just what can be done with technology. A North Alabama woman, 39-year-old Brandy Emerson, she is accused in Florence of stealing things off of graveyards and selling them on eBay. What terrible can you get? Female mentoring program at many Army bases in Georgia and across the country. They're trying to deal with young women's time spent in the military and how they feel like they're sort of isolated in a male-dominated field. Well, our culture basically has led to this. We don't put women right up front to get harmed and hurt, and yet we expect them to perform as men in fields like logistics. I will tell you firsthand in Desert Storm that whenever all those ships had to be unloaded, all the supplies, and it takes a ton of things to support. Call it tooth to tail ratio, okay? The tooth being the combat infantry, and the tail is the part that supplies the people who go to fight. There were lots of young men, young Marines, who were hurting because they had to take the place of the woman because she wasn't built to handle these 150-pound boxes. That's an issue that has to be dealt with yet, and they're trying to make concessions. Well, another final thought. United Daughters of the Confederacy have won their fight to try to get a part of a city graveyard to build a memorial to Nathan Bedford Forrest, who was a Confederate general. And there's a lot of protests. That's a flashpoint, in the future when you've got such strong feelings. But consider this, why there's such a backlash, at least among some Confederate groups, and that is go to any federal park like Vicksburg, Chickamauga, and look for the Confederate graves. They aren't there. There was a very strong feeling after the Civil War that they didn't deserve that. In fact, if you were a Confederate soldier, you could not draw property, could not homestead after the Civil War. My great-grandfather was one of those who tried, couldn't, had to wait till his son got old enough to draw property. That's why we came to Alabama. Stay tuned, more Today on 2 after this.
There's stuff around your house, but we don't make stuff. We make ovens. Dual fuel, double ovens. And they bake so evenly that now delicious is something you can depend on. We only make things for one room. The best room. Your kitchen. We're devoted to it. And you can feel it in everything we make. Nobody knows the kitchen like KitchenAid.
Overwhelmed by home refinancing offers from telephone solicitors and direct mail advertising, and then find you're not qualified for a specific plan? The Mortgage Center, a hometown lender, compares the rates from all home loan lenders and the qualifications of the various government programs to find a plan best suited to you. The Mortgage Center helps Coleman County people purchase and refinance their homes.
This is Pat Newton. Call us today and let us tailor a loan program to your specific needs and requirements.
At Premier Bank, we take pride in serving our community. We respect our customers, and we've won awards for our ethical conduct. We're motivated to do all we can for you, and we're interested in your banking needs. We're efficient, safe, and sound, and our relationships with our customers are second to none.
At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Welcome back to Today on 2. I think we have some prizes to give away for today. Let's say we are Monday prizes. We have the day pass to Hurricane Creek Park, and we have something good to eat too. The 2-piece meal deal, courtesy of Bojangles. Those are the prizes for today. Of course, we'll ask you a question about one of our merchant ads. So let's look at those ads right now. On Monday, we start with Tires for Less, Bridgestone and Firestone tires, but much, much more. They do oil changes, minor engine repair, replace shocks and brakes. Tires for Less, located on Highway 31 North.
And Earl's Body Shop has been voted Best Towing Service. David, Diane, and the employees thank you for this great honor. They have large and small towing available, local or long distance. They are located right there on Highway 31 North. That's Earl's Body Shop.
Cotton State Barns of Coleman. You can buy or rent to own a variety of items that they make: carports, play sets, utility trailers, and storage buildings. They're on Highway 278, just west of the interstate.
And Federer Fertilizer, helping you grow. They have feed and seed, fertilizer, of course, ag chemicals, lawn and garden supplies, and specialty items. They're located on County Road 222, Federer Fertilizer.
Be Fit is a fitness facility located right downtown Coleman. There's no long-term contract. You pay $50 a month, and a personal trainer is included. They're right next door to Renard's Gallery and Gifts.
Mr. Hicks Menswear, offering suits made to your measurements. And right now he has a necktie sale going on. He's located right there on Compass Way in the Southwest Coleman. That's Mr. Hicks Menswear.
The $5 lunch is available at Dairy Queen, serving every day from 11 till 4. And the $5 lunch includes dessert. Boy, how often do you get a meal and dessert for just $5?
That is a great deal, it really is. Mad Dog Mike's Famous Barbecue, and he's got a good deal too for $13.99. He has the family barbecue package that includes a pound of meat, 2 16-ounce sides, and 4 buns. He's located right there in the Berlin Quick Stop.
The H. Chance Christian Bookstore says snuggle up to winter with a good book. And what a variety they have: inspirational books, humor, social issues, biographies, and fiction, located in the South Coleman Shopping Center. There we go, some of our merchant ads, and our question for today: Busy Bee Cafe is the home of what? What is Busy Bee Cafe known for? 256-734-7399 is our telephone number. We have the pass to Hurricane Creek Park, and we have the 2-piece meal deal from Bojangles. Go ahead and call in right now while we watch Money Matters, brought to you by Premier Bank.
Hi, my name is Adam Shedd with Premier Bank. Today I'm here to talk to you about the importance of paying your payments on time. Not only will it affect your credit score, it will also affect your relationship with your bank as well as your future banking needs. If you find yourself in financial difficulties, pick up the phone, or better yet, go see your banker. Remember, we are here to help.
Once again, our question for the day: the Busy Bee Cafe is known as the home of what? Actually, we have a couple of things we talk about in the Busy Bee Cafe that they are well known for right now. 256-734-7399 is our telephone number. We're going to show you that ad and the rest of our merchant ads right now. Mullins Body Shop, over 50 years they've been doing auto body repair and towing. You can count on them each and every day. Call 256-734-1353. That's Mullins Body Shop.
And AmeriGas is now known as Coast Gas. It's a different name, but the same personnel are there. They do have a winter tank set special going on, 24-hour on-call service, 24/7 answering service with competitive pricing.
Brown & Company Beverages thanks you for a great 2013. Looking forward to providing you the best beer and wine in 2014. They're located on Highway 157 in Coleman.
Autotech Repair and Service does electronic diagnostic. They can do major engine repairs, transmission, brake, foreign and domestic cars. Doesn't matter, right there in the Vinemont area.
There's the Busy Bee Cafe, home of the original breaded burger, and now home of Coleman's only place for German meals each and every week, Friday and Saturday, serving from 2 until 9.
And Deb's Bookstore. It's your hometown bookstore just down the road where browsers are always welcome. Gift certificates are available. Used books are half price off every day. New books are 20% off every day at Deb's Bookstore.
Grand Point Pharmacy says, be prepared, don't get caught in the cold. They have a wide selection of cold remedies, fast and convenient service. Grand Point Pharmacy on Highway 31 North.
And Jolly Time Rentals, where fun is always in the air. Call Holly Mullins today to book your event. It's 256-620-JOLLY, which is 5655. They've got all kinds of inflatables, slides, water slides, obstacle courses at Jolly Time Rentals.
Federer Fertilizer, helping you grow. They have just about everything you might need. Fertilizer, feed and seed, ag chemicals, lawn and garden supplies, and specialty items, located on County Road 222.
Night Free Insurance, providing insurance coverage now for over 3 generations. It is one of the top 10 growth agencies in the state of Alabama for auto owners. That's Night Free Insurance.
Hatsville Guns and Ammo. Paul says he's targeting high prices. Cash price right now, just 15% above wholesale. They're on the corner across from City Hall. Hatsville Guns and Ammo.
And Coleman Wellness and Aquatic Center has day passes, but why not sign up for the monthly thing, because you really are going to save some money. Great way to get in shape, a variety of aerobic and cycling classes and all kinds of pool accessibility.
There we go with our merchant ads for today. Now let's check the birthdays. Who celebrates on January 20th?
Looks like Christina Brannon is going to have a birthday today, so very good. And she will be put into the drawing on Friday, where she has that possibility of winning an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen.
We will continue with more of Today on 2 right after this.
At Premier Bank, we're a bit old-fashioned. We actually answer the telephone when you call. However, old-fashioned doesn't mean we aren't up to date. With the latest technology, Premier Bank meets the various needs of our customers. Mobile smartphone banking, internet banking, ATMs, convenient offices. At Premier Bank, we have the right products right now with good old-fashioned customer service. At Premier Bank, we put the customer first.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it, to be upon it, and to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Welcome back to Today on 2. Our guest today is Mike Mullaney, and we're going to be talking about brewing craft beers. Mike, good to have you with us today.
It's good to be with you.
How did this get started with you?
Well, it started out as a hobby several years ago. I went and got a kit at Werner's, and a friend of mine and I made some beer with it, and it was really good. And since then, we've progressed along to quite a hobby.
So you started from a beer kit.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And what quantities do you brew now, and how large?
Well, at home I still brew at a 5-gallon size, but we're also brewing at the Blue Moose now,
right.
And we have a 1-barrel system, and that's about a 31-gallon capacity. So that's what we brew at now at the Moose.
How long does it take you to brew beer?
It takes about 5 to 6 weeks from start to finish.
Okay.
The brew day itself is about 6 hours, and then there's a lot of things to do between then and when you can actually keg it and serve it.
Mm-hmm. So. Does it ferment like other wines and beer and different things like that?
It does. Very similar to that. There's a process where you take some malted barley and mash it, which is basically hold it at 150 degrees with water for about an hour, and that extracts the sugars and the flavors. And then you boil it and add some hops, and got to cool it down, and then you can add your yeast. And from that point, it's very similar to wine. It will the yeast does the job from there. So.
And then you can add different flavors, because now it seems like everybody's got flavored beer.
Right. Some people are doing fruit beer, and you can add some spices and that type of thing. But a lot of the flavor, whether it's spicy or tart, a lot of that comes from the yeast, not from adding spices to it.
So do you use different types of yeast, or do you use a different process to get the different types?
It's there's a number of types of yeast, probably 50 to 100 different types of beer yeasts that all have their own characteristics and make different types of beer.
Now, I know that Budweiser's made from rice, correct? Other beers are usually made from barley, and you said?
All beers have barley in them.
Okay.
Budweiser supplements with rice, which has no flavor, but allows it to maintain that same alcohol content without adding a lot of flavor. The mass public likes a less flavorful beer than the craft beers. Most craft beers have very little rice or corn added to them, and have a bolder flavor.
And they're different colors. The lighter the beer, usually the kind of, I'd want to say weaker, because I like the lighter beers. I don't like the really dark beers.
Right. And a lot of times you can have a light beer that's very bold flavored because of the amount of hops in it. And you can have a dark beer that's very mild, but yeah, it depends on how much roasted the grains are. That makes it a little bit more like coffee-like, and how much of the hops you put in it.
Okay, so it's
the beer that you brew at the Blue Moose. Do you change the recipe each time?
We do. We've been brewing since October, and we have made. We're working on our 4th beer now.
Okay. So. Where do you come up with the recipes?
Well, we just try to brew, all the different styles. There's Belgian and English styles and German styles, and we try to, put our little spin on all the different types of beer.
Now, have you come up with your own special recipe that you just kind of say, okay, this is the Coleman beer?
Not really. I mean, every one of the beers that we've made have been sort of a Coleman unique beer. The first beer was the Oktoberfest beer, Colonel Coleman's Fest beer we called it, and that is an Oktoberfest style, but it is our own twist to it. Gary Teitmiller, who is my co-brewer, has been working on that recipe for years. He's been a home brewer for many years. So, and then we had a hoppy pale ale that we brewed that it's got our own signature to that.
Now, you guys ran out of your craft beer pretty early during Oktoberfest this year. Are y'all going to make more next year to accommodate the crowd?
Yes, we're going to have a lot more time to stock up this time.
Right.
So we'll have a lot more for this year.
Right, and if it takes 5 to 6 weeks, it's like, okay, you've got to constantly be making all the time more beer to be able to keep up with the demand, right? Yeah.
We basically brew every 6 weeks, but it only takes about 2 weeks to run out. So we're never fully stocked with beer.
Okay.
Now, the beer that you brew is only available as draft beer at Blue Moose. In other words, you don't bottle it for sale elsewhere.
That's right. We could do that, but we run out so quick with the draft that there's no real need to try to do that.
Yeah. And you maintain it, I guess, in a refrigerator, that kind of thing, during the length of the time of the beer?
Right. We have a walk-in cooler behind the restaurant, and it lagers in there or clears out, becomes bright, and then we have another refrigerator where we can control the fermentation temperature, which has a lot to do with the final outcome of the beer and the flavors.
It sounds like a lot of work to do it.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of it's a very complicated process.
Yeah.
And I've also been a winemaker, and it's so much more complicated than making wine. But it's a lot of fun.
Do you make any money at it?
None whatsoever.
Well, maybe eventually.
Maybe someday.
Thank you, Mike.
Appreciate it.
We'll have more right after this.
We got a safe driver headed toward the freeway. He is doing 44 in a 45. Now
in the nation, Safe just got a little more exciting. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off for every year of safe driving. Just another way we put members first, because we don't have shareholders.
Bill, that's the perfect merge. That was flawless.
Nationwide is on your side.
Now it's time for our community billboards, brought to you by Pepsi and Coleman Jefferson Gas. The Miss Senior Coleman pageant has been moved to Saturday, February the 15th, at the Wallace State Community College in the Betty Lee Thames Theater. And Pilot Club is still selling pecans. They're Priester pecans, and it is to benefit the brain-related disorders programs that they sponsor. 1 pound bags are just $12 each, and you could come in. They come in several different flavors, so seek out a Pilot Club member and get your pecans. And if you have a community billboard you want to share with us, you can email it to channel2coleman@gmail.com, fax to 256-734-7680, or be a friend on Facebook, Channel 2 Coleman.
Weather forecast brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet on Cherokee Avenue. Our forecast for today, it'll be sunny and breezy. Very mild temperatures, a high around 60 today. For tonight, cloudy, low of 33, but a big change for tomorrow. Cloudy, windy, slight chance of snow flurries with a high around 39. And who's coming to see us tomorrow?
Miss Angie Veal will be back. She's a pharmacist with Grand Point Pharmacy, and who knows what kind of great information she's going to share with us.
It will be timely.
I know.
You know that. Thank you for watching today on 2.
Hope you have a great day.